We're going to talk about the single biggest thing that's shaking up the professional world right now, and that's AI. But more importantly, we're going to talk about what it means for your career. Not in some distant future, but over the next 5 years. Starting today.
So let's just cut to the chase, right? Let's talk about the one question that is probably nagging at the back of everyone's mind. You see the headlines, you hear the chatter, and you can't help but wonder, is my job on the chopping block? And look, it's a totally valid fear, which is exactly why we need to dig into it.
But here's the thing. What if that huge, overwhelming fear that keeps people up at night is actually missing the point? What if the fear is real, but we're all looking in the wrong direction?
I mean, we all have that image in our heads from the movies, right? Armies of robots just marching into our offices and making us all obsolete. It's dramatic, for sure, but it's a total distraction from the real revolution that is already quietly happening all around us.
And this is the pivot. This is the crucial part you have to understand. The real threat isn't a machine. The real threat is the person working right alongside you or your competition out there in the job market. The whole game is changing from human versus machine to a human versus a human who's using better tools.
Let this one sink in, because this is the new rule of the game. It's not about becoming obsolete because a robot showed up. It's about becoming less efficient, less creative, and ultimately less valuable than your peer who has learned to use the most powerful tools ever created. That is the new competition. To make this crystal clear, let me tell you a quick story. It's a simple little analogy, but it perfectly explains the two career paths that are splitting apart right now, in every single industry you can think of.
So meet Alex and Jordan. They're both smart, they work at the same place, pretty similar skill sets, but they have one massive difference in how they approach their day-to-day work. Alex is our traditional analog professional. Jordan is the AI-powered professional.
Now, let's give them a job to do. Create a big market research report. Alex does it the way we've always done it. Opens up about 20 browser tabs, painstakingly reads article after article, and manually copies and pastes notes. It takes hours. Jordan, meanwhile, prompts an AI tool to scan hundreds of sources, pull out the key findings, and spits out a summary in minutes.
Okay, next task, take that research and build a client presentation. Alex opens up the standard company template and starts slugging through it, one slide at a time. Jordan asks an AI to generate a first draft of the whole thing, complete with custom visuals based on the data, which Jordan then just needs to tweak and refine. And this right here, this shows you the outcome. I mean, wow, it is not even close. For the exact same project, Alex takes a full workday, 8 hours. Jordan produces something that's probably even better in just 2 hours. This isn't about working harder, it's about having a superpower. So I ask you, who do you think gets the promotion? Who's seen as the star performer?
So what is Jordan's secret sauce? It's not magic, it's not cheating. It is simply about leveraging tools that create a massive, almost unfair advantage. So let's break down what that advantage really looks like.
You know, what's so incredible here is that it goes way beyond just speed. Yeah, the research is faster, of course, but it also acts as a creative partner, suggesting ideas you wouldn't have thought of. It gives you deeper insights, finding patterns in data that a human brain would just glide right over. All of this leads to a higher quality final product, and maybe the most important part of all, it frees up Jordan's time to actually think, to focus on strategy, on clients, on the big picture stuff that really matters.
So, at this point, you might be seeing a little bit of Alex in yourself, but you really want Jordan's results. And that's completely normal. The great news is that the gap between them isn't some impossible Grand Canyon. It's just a bridge. And it's a bridge that anyone can learn to build. The question is, how do you start?
This is the big one, isn't it? This is the real question. You see the advantage, you understand what's at stake, and you want to be on the winning side of this whole shift. So how do you actually make that jump from being the analog professional to the AI-powered one?
Look, it really is a clear path. It all starts with mastering the fundamentals. Then you learn the essential AI tools that the pros are already using right now. But here's the absolute key. You have to then apply those skills in the real world. That cycle, learn, apply, repeat. That's how you go from being replaceable to becoming absolutely indispensable. That's how you get the advantage.
So, we've laid it all out. This is the new reality. The way forward isn't about being afraid of technology, it's about mastering it. And when it comes down to it, the decision on whether to be Alex or to become Jordan, that choice is entirely up to you.
This says it all, really. This shift isn't something that's coming in a decade. It is happening today, right now. And every single day that goes by, the gap between those two career paths just gets wider. Preparation is not a task for tomorrow. It's an absolute necessity for today.
So, we're going to leave you with this one question. The decisions you make today are going to define your professional life for the next 5 years, and probably beyond. You can keep going down the same path, or you can choose to become the person who leverages this incredible technology to build a career that is truly irreplaceable. The choice is yours.